Hi, it's Robin Sharma, author of The Leader Who Had No Title, founder of the Titan Academy. And I'm really happy to welcome you to this mastery session because this one is all about how to handle a bad day. And I'm doing this one because so many people have been asking, how do you really take a bad day and restructure it so that you can actually turn it into something valuable? And so I'm going to share with you the 5 P's of turning a bad day into a valuable day and even an epic day. And I'm going to dial right into the first one, which is perspective. Perspective is a word that seems very simple, but I think it's very powerful. It's very easy to get seduced into making something small a lot larger than it is. And perspective simply reminds us to go to 50,000 feet on a bad day and count our blessings. Perspective simply reminds us that things could be a lot worse. Perspective on a bad day is simply understanding that we live in a world where half the world's population lives on less than $2.50 a day. Perspective on a bad day is reminding yourself of that Persian proverb which says, "I cursed the fact I had no shoes until I saw the man who had no feet." Perspective is such a powerful word. Here's a great question on a bad day to bring on some perspective. Has anyone died here? So perspective is something I really want you to think about, and on a bad day, it will actually allow you to turn the lead into gold and really pivot. Which brings me to the second P of turning a bad day into a great day, and it's pivot. And here's the question to really help you pivot. WTOH. What's the opportunity here? So you're having a bad day. Maybe you had a fight with someone. Maybe you lost the big sale. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic and then you didn't get your favorite lunch, and then you missed getting into Soul Cycle class, and then you had a difficulty on the way home. So let's say that's happening. You simply run the WTOH question, which will allow you to pivot. WTOH, what's the opportunity here? See, there's great power in a question, and it allows your brain to hunt for something good. And so how do you pivot? You ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? You have a fight with someone, let's say one of your family members. You say, what's the opportunity here? Well, your brain then starts to look for the opportunity, which is, I can learn how to communicate better. Or this is an opportunity for me to show forgiveness and grow in my personal bravery. This is an opportunity for me to understand my family member better. It's a great and powerful question. Which brings me to my third P in turning a bad day into a great day. And it's really pharmacy. The third P is pharmacy. And that's all about moving. When I have a difficult day, here's one of the first things I do. I will get on my mountain bike and I will ride like a bat out of wherever through the forest. And that releases dopamine in my brain, which is the neurotransmitter of inspiration. And that releases serotonin. Moving right on the bicycle, it releases serotonin, which is the pleasure neurotransmitter. And it cuts down on my cortisol, which is the fear hormone. So just simply going for a mountain bike ride, or going for a swim, or getting into yoga class, or something as simple as going for a walk, or maybe even doing jumping jacks when no one's looking, will create a pharmacy of mastery within your brain, which will affect your psychology, your neurobiology, and your interior life, which makes you just feel a lot better. You know that. After a workout, you always feel different than you did before you went into the workout. And related to a pharmacy of mastery is something that I have counted on for years. When I've had good seasons, when I've had challenging seasons of my life. Massage. I call it the 2 massage protocol. 2 massages every single week. It moves your lymph, it moves your blood, which oxygenates your system, it reduces toxicity, you feel a whole lot better. Which brings me to the 4th P in turning a bad day into a great day. Pages. I love journaling. And for hundreds and hundreds of years, people who have gone through difficulty, people who are experiencing calamity and chaos, open a journal, turn to a fresh white page and pour their pain or pour their confusion, pour their frustration out onto that page. It does something so powerful. It allows for a profound release of what you're experiencing out onto the written page. Here's the key. If you repress and suppress your feelings of anger, of sadness, of disappointment, all of those lower energy feelings, if you keep them inside, they not only build up toxicity and they build up resentment and frustration, but those are the very things that lead to inflammation that create dis-ease. And so what I'm sharing with you with great love and respect is really very potent. Pages, the fourth four of turning a bad day into a great day. Pull out your journal and write what you're feeling onto a fresh, crisp, written page. Which brings me to my fifth and final P in the 5 Ps of turning a bad day into a great day. The planet. Now you're saying, Robin, what are you talking about here? Well, nature. Nature is life's sweet recovery method. Going for a walk in the woods, or walking on a beach and getting next to the ocean, or if you live near a desert, getting out there, if you're blessed to live by the mountains, you know what I'm talking about. But when you go out to nature, it grounds you. When you connect with the planet, again, nature, what does it do? It gives you that recovery method so you actually breathe in the fresh air, but it reminds you you are part of something so much bigger than yourself. And maybe your bad day is taking you to a better place. You know, you've heard that old idea, but life doesn't really happen to you. Life really happens for you. And there is this incredible intelligence to life. We don't understand it. Look, you and I are humans. We resist it. But what if the thing you see as bad is just your false belief system judging it as bad? We all know this. The things that we seem as bad over time turned out to be blessings. And so everything is really happening for you, for your best interest. It's taking you to a better place. It's making you stronger. It's teaching you great lessons. Often we resist it, but it all comes for our good. So those are the 5 Ps to take a bad day and really transmute it into a great day. Definitely do these 5 because these are all muscles. And like anything, the more you practice, the stronger and more fluent you're going to get. And if you keep on practicing, you're going to get to a place where everyone else is feeling, oh, I've gone through this difficulty. It's a bad day. And you're going to see it as possibility. And you're going to be masterful at turning the difficulty into opportunity. Hope I've been of service. I'll talk to you soon. Hi, this is Robin Sharma. I hope you received great value from this mastery session. If you'd like to receive potent training videos, blog posts, learning tools, and information on my 2 live events, Personal Mastery Academy and my flagship 4-day experience, the Titan Summit, go ahead and visit robinsharma.com.